Sup? Welcome to a special place. A place painted in grey, with a black door, a mirror behind you, and it's about 2 by 2. Thank you. Here, I can think of everything I want in peace. And if I want something to happen, it happens. Welcome to my mind. Today, I want to explain you something about individual differences in second language acquisition. Explained to you by a very simple-minded person.
Now, what are individual differences? These are the differences that each one has at the moment to learn English. These aptitude, motivation, anxiety, and a lot more that I'm going to cover later. But for now, let's go step by step. And for didactic reasons, I'm going to use English to refer to a second language. Without delay, let's begin. Now, the first concept to talk is gonna be
Aptitude. Now, when we refer to aptitude, we refer to the cognitive skills that a student has at the moment to learn English. The working memory, ecological sound, grammatical sensitivity, and a whole lot more fancy words. Simply put, the capability of someone to learn English through the senses and comprehend that information. But not everyone learns the same way. And here where it comes in, learning styles. Every person has a preferred cognitive way to learn, seeing the concept, hearing it, or reading about it. For example, watching a video, listening to a podcast, or reading a book. And each learning style comes with its unique learning strategies.
They aren't the same? Not there. It's like leaving the house. You need to pick the right tools with the right job. Otherwise, you have to hammer it down, not the ball will screw it up. So we choose the way to study that suits your learning style. Explain in a shorter way, please. The different ways to learn English. Alright, can you give me an example? Well, when I'm not sure how to pronounce a word or I want to practice a sentence in English, I repeat it myself to double check if I'm doing it right. Are we? Simple. Yeah. Then don't check it yourself. You just said, I talk to myself. Yeah, but you are me. I'm not you. Is it? Don't check to yourself then. I am you. Did you just answer your question? Oh, that was another person. Are you believe modern? Well, that's all the difference there is, isn't it? Well, no. There is a lot more. And next one is
Motivation.
this plays a huge role when it comes to learning because it's the willingness of the student to learn. Now, if you weren't motivated, we wouldn't be doing anything at all. So, the first motivation that everyone thinks of is
Eccentric motivation.
Eccentric refers to external motivation. For example, grades. The better you do in an English test, the better grade you get.
Intrinsic motivation.
Now, if eccentric motivation is what comes from the outside, intrinsic motivation is what comes from the inside. Better said, it's the pride and pleasure of just talking in English. This guy, for example, doesn't have any intrinsic motivation.
Instrumental motivation. This is when you want to learn English just for the utilities of this. This being a language interpreter. It's a little bit dull in my opinion, but it's motivation either way. Cultural motivation. There's a lot of things in English that are not available in Spanish. So it's very normal to see people learning English to know what there are that things in English that they can understand. That is cultural motivation. That was the last motivation to cover. So, now we have to talk about anxiety.
Anxiety is the stress that someone has at learning English. The subject is very large and complex, but we're just gonna focus on the learning side of things. Look, I can't help you if you're not covering.
General anxiety.
It's the general stress in everything, and in that everything can be found general learning. In a brief summary, it's the constant stress and worry in any situation, even outside of learning. Now, a good exercise is to tell the students to link anxieties with physical arousal. Look, talking to people won't hurt you. What are you gonna do? If it's hard, they're just words. That's it.
Social anxiety. It's the stress and worries of talking to someone. I'm not perfect at English, I don't have good social skills. All those assumptions affect the performance of the learner, when they are not even real. One good exercise to help this problem is the exposure therapy, is to gradually expose the student to more fearsome situations, and scaling it to even more fearsome situations, until the learner manages to control his fear. Look at them. The wanted outcome. Talking about positive things. Positive psychology.
The mission of positive psychology is to overcome bad emotion with positive thoughts. It's very simple, so this is gonna be very fast. That's gonna be a problem.
Hope. Hope, said in another word, is the desire of the learner with a reasonable pinch of expectation. Because without hope, the student will be demoralized, and demoralization is subjectively perceived as an incompetence. So they will have, supposedly, a worse performance. There is a very good exercise for demoralized students. When a student has a blockage while trying to reach his goal, he could find a different way to solve that problem. A path way of thinking.
Like me, who's still trying to fix up the light. But for now, I'm gonna leave you with another brain cell.
Flow.
Since the other one is fixing the lights, I will take care of this. Flow is a combination of intrinsic motivation and a complete immersion in the task they are doing. The students feel like there is nothing else in the world except the task they are doing, without a clear perception of time, as if they were in a big sandbox just for them. Fun fact, the student can savor the positive moments meanwhile they are fully immersed, taking a mental photograph or sharpening perception by focusing in the positive elements. Well, that's enough of me. Back to the main brain cell. See you there.
Agency. Agency is the belief of the student on how much their efforts are making a true impact. A low-agency student thinks that his practice isn't going anywhere, like if they were digging an infinite tunnel without seeing a single reward. They are stuck in a catastrophic thinking, and we need to avoid that. One way to solve this is to put goals and keep track of them, making a more optimistic perspective of the situation, which talking about optimism. Well, everyone knows what optimism is. They believe reaching the goals in front of you. Meanwhile, the others, who doesn't believe possible, may giving up before trying.
There we go. And without even realizing that how close the goals are. I think that helps me is to focus on the good things. Ignore the disasters. The main current way. And to finish we have
Emotions.
do you know emotions now are responses? This is because your answers because survival responses. Like instead of answering with a yes or no, you answer with a simple not. What I do when I'm in a bad mood is to reflect on why I'm in a bad mood. And if it's something significant or relevant, I forget about it and go with a better day. God. Well, I want to go to sleep. See you next time. I love fucking coffee. What's the conclusion? The conclusion is that the difference not only depends on the skills of one, it also depends on motivations and sites, especially motivation. Because with motivation, we can do a lot of things. Because with the skills, if you're not motivated to use them, it doesn't matter how. Well, that's all. Very much.